Thanks for joining us this Sunday morning. Lee and I are on our way to open water swimming at the Lee Valley Whitewater Center. This is a first for me. Well, first for me in regards to putting on a wetsuit and going through that whole process. As a kid, I certainly was used to swimming in lakes, and that was quite a common thing. But as my adult self, this is not a common thing. So Lee has done several triathlons, and so he's has done open water swimming and has been used to it, although he hasn't done it for quite a while. So it'll be an interesting day. Looking forward to it, but a little bit nervous.
It's 7:59, and most sane people are still having a lie-in on a Sunday morning. And yeah, the Lee Valley Parkway is one of my favorite places to go. I've probably said this before. It was part of the 2012 Olympic Games. It's a really amazing venue, and it's used very, very productively by all kinds of people. The crazy people like us who go open water swimming and rafting. And I have some very funny photographs, if I say so myself, of people being tossed out of whitewater rafts and just having a great time. But it's also used for training for the Olympic Games coming up wherever they're going. It's all kinds of events, and you see a lot of the younger canoeists and kayakers coming up, and they're training in their teams. So it really is a great location. And when we looked at it, we both thought that it would be better to start open water swimming there, because they have I suppose it's like a tidal bay where all the water collects before it's pumped around the site, the circuit, and so it's really clean. We're doing it the wussy way, to be quite honest, on this one. It's really clean and well organized, and it's just like I said, a really lovely venue. So we're both excited, and we're both definitely a little nervous because neither of us have done this for quite a while. So stick with us. I can't wait to see Chris in a wetsuit.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, come on then. You look beautiful. Too much hair.
How do you get it on your head?
That's it. And ladies and gentlemen, here we have Evel Knievel ready for her first. Everything's in. You're all in good shape.
What?
Oh my God, you're doing the castle triathlon today? Maybe not. Nice. You look amazing. Take a bow to the ladies and gentlemen. Not a chance, right? Take a breath, Chris. thing is just to go for it. Otherwise, this isn't one where you're like, and she's off. I am so proud of my wife. I can't even begin to tell you. She is definitely my inspiration.
It's cold.
It's You did good, bud. All right, round the buoy and back. I definitely think the PP shrinkage factor today is going to be pretty high. One lap. I'm dead already. Chris did amazing. I'm not sure if we'll go around for a second lap yet, but good grief. Here she comes. Actually, she was the first one in. Completely left me in the dust, as usual. I had to catch up. What do you think? What do you think? She'd do it again. I married a crazy woman. Absolutely nuts. Now she thinks I'm talking to myself.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely suggest this. I mean, it is certainly a morning wake up. Certainly a good morning wake up. When I first get in, it was. I thought, oh no, I'm gonna have to turn back. It's too cold, but no, it was really, really good. I would definitely do this again. Highly recommend. Yeah, but now I need to take a hot shower.
And breakfast. What was I was going to ask you. Two things. Bring goggles. I didn't think because we were in a clean water pool, but it is really clean. It's lovely to swim in. I'm normally used to swimming in lakes and rivers when you do triathlons. Again, that sounds very lofty. I finished the triathlons. That was about as much as I'll say on that. But they were good fun as well. But this is really lovely. So I thought that bringing swimming in a clean water pool, I wouldn't need goggles, but you really do, just to be able to see more where you're going and keep the water out of your eyes and potentially any microbes, I guess. And the other thing is we need a what's his name? A GoPro. We need a GoPro because obviously you saw us get in and get out, and it would have been great if we could have recorded this. So we're going to take a look at what's happening in the Whitewater Park as well, because this is an amazing location. So we'll see you in a while. It might be just me, but you get the feeling there's something missing. This is the top. You can see the sluice gates there. And when they open, oh my God, the amount of the volume of water that comes through there, it creates a whole white water phenomenon that goes right down. Well, you can see it sort of there, it goes right down there. I'll get better photographs of it later, but that's just to show you what it looks like empty. So what do you think?
Yeah, I loved it. I mean, it's something that first getting in the water was a bit, I almost thought maybe I was going to have to get back out, because even though it wasn't as cold as it could be, the water, my body was a bit, not shocked, but just that first. But once I got in, it didn't take too long to warm up, and we didn't have goggles, so I was kind of doing like backstroke, breaststroke. Like, didn't do the crawl because I didn't want to put my face in the water. But really clean, nice people, just really a really good community, and I definitely would do it again. I mean, it's invigorating, I think. Yeah, I mean, totally different from being in the swimming pool, and, obviously it's a bit more challenging because you're not just, swimming in, that regulated pool. But yeah, I really loved it. It's a good environment around here as far as the water park. So yeah, I would highly recommend. I mean, I would say we'll probably come out and do it again in a few weeks' time. But yeah, we won't be doing it every week because obviously we're doing other things as well, but definitely we'll fit it into our, exercise routine.
Yeah,
I would say, definitely.
no, I thought it was great. There's always the community when you come to places like this. And I used a strange analogy. If you go to a car meet, it's just the same. They want to talk about their cars, and they want to, and you end up making friends for a day kind of thing, and it's very much the same here. I've always felt once I got out of the competitive edge of doing anything like this, doing, the triathlons. I mean, like I keep saying, but I did it to enjoy it and to complete the triathlon. But the community was very, very supportive, and they'd go into things about, if you ask people who you pretty much were sure were more experienced than you, about questions about your bike and how to make it better or whatever, they're always willing to talk about that. We ran into a lady who was, I was asking, because you've got the wetsuit on and then you're outside and there's a sign that says only dry clothing, and you're like, yeah, okay, so how do I get changed? And we started talking to this lady who obviously looked like she knew what she was doing, and she did. And so that was a lovely conversation about, the first times and all of this kind of thing. And there was actually, you were talking to a lady in the changing room as well.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously for me, this is the first time I've worn a wetsuit, so not necessarily the most complimentary thing.
You looked great.
But a woman in the changing room as well, she said she swims a lot in the pool. This was her first time doing the open water cold swimming and wearing a wetsuit, and again, it was quite like she was having trouble getting hers on, so I was helping her, and but she did say, she did find it a bit hard in swimming wise, just with the wetsuit and getting used to it. I felt that as well, a little bit as well, but because I wasn't necessarily doing, I was like doing backstroke, whatever, it was easier for me to do that. But yeah, I think it just takes some time to getting used to it. I mean, it wasn't uncomfortable. I didn't feel like, certainly in my legs, I didn't feel like it was hard to swim. Probably more up in the upper part of my body, like a bit more restrictive. But again, it's just getting used to it, and I didn't find it that like restrictive once I got used to it. But yeah, it's just funny. I mean, again, it's a first, and right now I'm open to trying new things, and that's kind of where I'm at in my life, and want to challenge myself a bit more. And
if any of you are thinking about this and you're going, how does the wetsuit work if you don't know? I think most people do, but in the event that someone watching it isn't quite sure, the idea is that the wetsuit is made of neoprene, and basically what it does is it traps a layer of water, a film of water against your body, and it heats that up, and that's how a wetsuit works. So the idea is literally what it says on the tin. You get it wet on your body, and then that barrier of water heats up, and that's what keeps you warm. And when yeah, you're right, it took my breath away a little bit because I just ended up jumping in. I've never been one of these people to get in gradually or walk down the stairs, and it isn't bravado, it's basically me being a chicken. And I'm like, no, I just got to get this over and done with. And I have to say, I thought the pee-pee shrinkage factor would have been pretty rotten today. Those any guys watching, you'll know what I mean.
But there were quite a few people, well, there was a few people that were swimming without wetsuits today, and obviously they've been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
So I mean, I said that, the woman I saw in the changing room, like, maybe at the end of the summer we won't need to wear the wetsuit.
But wetsuits give you buoyancy as well. That's the other thing that is a misunderstanding. When you've got a wetsuit on, it actually makes you a little more buoyant on the water. And if you're a little unsure, you can basically roll over onto your back, and you'll be okay doing it that way. Wow, I have a low power on my battery. That's not good. Anyway, so that's that.
Get rid of that.
Yeah, get rid of that. We better charge up the battery. I'm going to try and show you what's behind us, which is really cool. Hey, there we go. I'm actually getting pretty good at this. Let's see if I can. That's the basically that's the run. That's the kayaking run, the slalom run at the 2012 Lee Valley Olympic Game Park. So that's excellent. We will see you guys next week. A couple of things though, really quickly. This cost us £7 to swim, and God,
It's
I got
£5 rental for the
wetsuit.
For the wetsuit.
Yes.
So £12 per person, which it isn't too bad when you're just trying something out. I wasn't too keen on going out and buying a wetsuit because I don't know if I'm ready. I didn't know if I would like it, if I would enjoy it, and if we would use it enough. So I would wait for myself. I think I would wait a little while before deciding to
maybe
go
next
out
year.
and buy one.
Because you could rent one for £5. You're not going to get a wetsuit unless you get a used one, which these all are, obviously, shy of £200. So for us, just hiring a wetsuit now, because I'm not going to do triathlons. I want to do one more triathlon. It's my 70th birthday next year. And for that, we've got some things planned, or I have some things planned, and doing the London Triathlon is one of them. And obviously, I need to train and get that. But what was I going to say? Yeah, the other thing was I don't know. I'll have to cut this part out. But yeah, £7 a piece, £5 for rental. Oh, and that was what it was. We had an amazing breakfast as well. When we walked in, there was nothing laid out except for pastries, and I was like, oh man. But they have the full menu going, so it's actually really cool. You can get breakfast here, and it's such an amazing day today. We've got some great footage.
Yeah, we got lucky with the day. I mean, I think we would have come out. I mean, originally it looked like it was going to be raining in the morning. We still would have come out, because obviously we're just going to get wet. But luckily it wasn't that cold, and obviously now beautiful sunshine. So perfect day.
Yeah, 70 degrees today, or something like 23 in new money. With that, we're middle-aged, not dead. Be brave, be awesome. Do it now.
All right, guys. See you next time.